Hi guys, my name's Chris. I am a junior tattoo artist and fine artist living in Johannesburg, South Africa. It has been a hot minute since I have been back on this platform, so I am going to address just a couple of random ideas, a couple of questions that I constantly get asked working in the industry that I work in, and just gonna open back up the conversation that we have had on this channel for a little while. So these are really random, just some things that have come to mind, things that other artists have spoken about, and things that my clients ask me often. So here we go. So something I get asked pretty commonly is, when is the best time of year to get tattooed? So I have an answer as an artist, but I also have a much more empathetic answer, which I think you guys are going to like a little bit better. So first things first, my artist answer. My perspective as an artist is that the best time of year for you to get a tattoo is during the colder months, during winter. This is for a lot of different reasons, but the primary reason for me is because of the temperature. Obviously, you are less likely to get a sunburn on your fresh tattoo, but you are also less likely to sweat when your tattoo is under a protective film or a dermal plaster or something like that, which will aid your healing. On a much more personal and kind of ethical note, I would say that the best time of year for you to get a tattoo is when you can afford it. Obviously, my emphasis is always going to be on quality work, right? You want to go to an artist that you trust, with work that you can see online, that has good references and good reviews, someone that you can see their fresh work as well as their healed work, and then of course someone who is respected by the tattoo community as well, right? And it's gonna cost you. It's not gonna come cheap. So the best time of year for you to get a tattoo is when you can afford that incredible artist, because that is the quality of work that you deserve. The next most common question I'm going to bring up is, where is the most painful place to be tattooed? So this one is hotly debated, and I'm going to explain to you why it is so hotly debated. So first things first, there are differing opinions amongst different artists and different people who have received tattoos, right? My opinion is that every person, every physical body is going to experience pain on a spectrum. They're going to experience pain differently. A really good example is if you have a sports injury, let's say in your shoulder, right? For me, getting my shoulder tattooed, super bearable. For you, because you have a pre-existing injury, you have potentially stress associated with that part of the body, it could be more painful. It could also be more painful because of that physical injury, right? If you've got a muscular problem, or if you've got a problem with your tendons or something, potentially there's nerve damage, of course it's going to be more painful there. And this is one of the reasons that it is so hotly debated, because a lot of people like to make assertions like, oh, the ribs are the most painful. But I've had many clients get their first tattoo on their ribs, and the experience is vastly different depending on the person. So of course we're looking at pain threshold and tolerance, which is different for everyone. But then we're also looking at how that person lives in their body, right? Some people experience pain differently in their bodies. The last thing that I'm going to address is whether tattoos or piercings are more painful. Again, this one hotly debated, and everyone is entitled to their opinions about this, okay? Personally, for me, I think that piercings are more painful, and I don't have a lot of piercings, I'm not gonna lie. I've got 2, and my nose piercing is closed at the moment because I'm chicken shit to get it re-pierced. But the reason I say this is because the tattoo stops hurting as soon as I'm done tattooing you, right? The tattoo, done. No more pain, you're good. The piercing hurts for days, if not weeks afterwards, okay? And that for me is just, I can't. So this is the thing. Tattooing, the process is longer, right? You could sit up to 8 to 10 hours, right, for a tattoo, and you have to endure that pain for all that time. So yes, much more difficult of an experience. The piercing, super quick. Needle, jewelry, done. But then I have to go home and I have to try and sleep on this thing, and I have to live my life, and it is so awful. So personally, I would prefer tattoos over piercings, but there is something to be said for the piercing experience being much quicker and much more immediate. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this little chit chat. I love chatting to you guys. If you have any other questions, if you have direct things that you'd like to know about, I have the time and I have the energy, and I would love to keep back up with this channel because I have sorely neglected it. So let me know, and as always, have fun and be safe.